The Mother Flame stole the show in Chapter 111-14 of One Piece, so let's theorize in this chapter how Vega Punk reached this energy source, and how it had already been shown at other times in history. So loading. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel, and before the content of this video, leave your like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell. This way you won't miss anything, and let's get into the video. This theory comes from the Kiragawa profile from Brazil. Let's dive into it. Throughout the Egghead arc, we followed Vega Punk always mentioning a special energy source, which in the case the Ancient Kingdom, or rather Advanced, possessed. And in Chapter 1065, Lilith mentions that fire can be converted into any type of energy. And she adds that she researched a lot to find out what would be needed to burn to generate energy, and also mentions a flame that would never go out. In Chapter 1067, after Shaka mentions that he created the Vega Force 01 studying the Iron Giant, Frankie asks if there's something even Vegapunk couldn't recreate, and Shaka replies, "Your energy source," confirming that Vegapunk studied it but couldn't reach the sun. And in yesterday's chapter, 1114, Vegapunk admits to the world that he studied the Lost Century and consequently tried to replicate its endless energy source. And he got very close to the Ancient Kingdom's energy source, flying very close to the sun. But what did Vegapunk use to achieve this unbelievable feat? The answer lies in Chapter 240 of the manga, in the Skypiea arc. In Chapter 240 of One Piece, we learn, through Pagaya, Conus' father, that the clouds in Skypiea's sky are formed by pyroblin. And this is the point of the theory. The prefix pyro originates from the Greek term pyros, which literally means fire. Pyroblin is the compound that is being used for the Mother Flame to burn infinitely. However, the issue of fire might be related to its volcanic origin, but it could also hold this other great reference. And bloin? I couldn't find a translation for this other part, but it might be related to bloom, which will also make sense later on. But let's get to the evidence. In Chapter 1064, we find out that Egghead has clouds similar to the unique clouds of Skypiea, and Lilith explains that they can modify the density of the pyroblin and the humidity of the condensation core. Remembering pyroblin was mentioned again in the work after 824 chapters. Returning to the last chapter, we were introduced for the first time to the structure of the Mother Flame, and immediately the theorists noticed the resemblance to the drawings on the moon seen by Enel. However, later we found out that it wasn't just that the drawing was referring to. On the cover of Chapter 555, we saw that Hareda's Nami's tutor, who lives on a cloud island floating in the sky, Weatheria, probably composed of pyroblin as well, has a creation with a structure very similar to Mother Flame and more. In his creation, the flame is inside a kind of balloon bubble, and you know where else we have what seems to be balloons. So, in this way, we can assume that Hareda's in his climatic studies also mastered the pyroblin compound, and what corroborates with this is that this bubble, weather balls, is the biggest and most important invention of Weatheria. And more amazing than all of this, in Chapter 596, when Nami asks Haredas to explain about the weather ball and mentions the possibility of using them as weapons, he says that if its power were used for evil, it could plunge the entire world into chaos. Now returning once and for all to the last chapter. In Chapter 111-14, where we witnessed the Mother Flame for the first time, we also had a subtle hint, which went unnoticed, about its composition. Oda once again showed Vegapunk's mastery over pyroblin, and even placed it as the extension of the clouds as the solution for the Straw Hats to escape. Finally, I assert here that the substance pyroblin, which Oda brought back after 800 chapters, is mainly responsible for keeping the flame of the Mother Flame constantly burning, creating an endless energy source. Or almost that, because Vegapunk didn't reach the sun. So, do you think this theory makes sense? Leave it in the comments. If you liked the video, don't forget to leave your like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell. Until next time, and thanks.